We are live back at Friends of the Earth headquarters, and I have one of the coalition members here. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, I'm Amy Hamlin from Coalition for Healthy School Food.
How long have you been doing this?
More than 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell us what you do and what's your organization.
We are an organization that gets plant-based foods on school menus and works to educate the entire school community about the health, environmental, and social justice issues related to food.
Okay, and the name of your organization?
Coalition for Healthy School Food.
Okay.
And we help schools around the country, but our primary work is in New York City. And we've played a significant role in increasing the plant-based entrees in New York City and educating their educators and students.
How does it feel, the work that we're seeing through the Plant Power School Meals Coalition? How do you feel being here?
Well, I am thrilled because I'm thrilled that the Plant Powered School Meals Coalition came together because we need it, because it takes a village. And there's never been enough people to do this work. But now, because of this coalition, there's a whole lot more.
You were on the Hill yesterday.
Yes.
Talk about that experience.
Well, it was a celebration of the introduction of the Plant Powered School Meals Pilot Act. And so the DC public schools came with plant-based food. They had a whole spread of plant-based food, and nobody could believe that was school food. It was so good. And the room was packed, and a lot of the legislators and their staff hung around, which is not necessarily always typical. So that was really, it was a powerful event. And then we went and we lobbied and just had an amazing day. And it got introduced, this pilot act got introduced in the Senate yesterday, and the milk bill, which allows soy milk to be offered alongside cow's milk, and required that schools would provide it with just a parent's note instead of a doctor's note for disabilities, which includes lactose intolerance, which is not a disability. It's a norm for the global majority.
Right.
And so now soy milk will be available to any student who has a disability, including lactose intolerance, which is not really a disability, as I just said. And schools may offer it alongside cow's milk as well. So that's new, and that just got signed into law yesterday. So
We've come a long way.
We've come a long way, baby.
Long way.
Right?
Exactly.
It's just been an incredible day yesterday, and we are thrilled because when I started this work back in 2004, we just could have not yet imagined this. But you know, when you're in this, you're in it for the long haul, and so here we are.
What are some of the challenges that you would like to see overcome in this movement?
Well, I think that one of the problems with school meals is sometimes there's too many options. So even if a healthy option gets put on the menu, maybe not as many students take it as we would like, even if they would really enjoy it. Because we've done a lot of taste testing and the kids love the food. So that's not the issue. But if at the same time they can get pizza with pepperoni and chicken nuggets, they may choose that over this food, even though they like this food. And then one of the other issues is reimbursement rates. So we'd like to see reimbursement rates be able to cover the cost of non-dairy milk, because so many children are lactose intolerant that they may be having belly aches in school, going to the nurse's office, and then they can't really focus on their studies,
right,
and sort of achieve their potential in life if they're always not feeling well, because they're constantly having something that they're really not designed to digest after their babies.
Right, exactly. How can people connect with you more in your organization, and what is your organization's call to action?
Well, we are the Coalition for Healthy School Food, and our website is healthyschoolfood.org. And if you go there, you can sign up for our newsletter and find out how you can take action. And our newsletter will let people know what's happening and how they can take action and how they can get involved.
Oh, wow. It's great to talk to you. And we appreciate it. Enjoy this lunch. I'm hoping, who's the next over here? We have anybody else I'm looking for? I think I want to bring Helen or something. We're going to talk to some more coalition members. They're all just coming in. Hey, how are you doing? So who? Hey, Helen, you want to say something? You want to come on over?
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Yeah, so we have to get Helen because it doesn't have to be that long. We have to talk to you. We're live. We are live here at Friends of the Earth. You tell them who you are, what you do, and Nicole Ag, like, let's go.
Hi, my name is Helen, and I support the work of the Plant Powered School Meals Coalition. I have been in school food for a very long time, even before I became a mom. But the work, since I became a mom, became incredibly important to me because all kids not only deserve to have food, but deserve to have food that nourishes them, their cultural needs, their religious needs, their desires for our planet and their futures in the world. And so the work of the coalition is incredibly important because there's too many kids who are showing up and have nothing to eat, and it's heartbreaking. And there are too many kids who show up and don't feel like they're getting supported.
Right.
Because they don't have what they need. And if food is a basic, every kid has the right to food and food that meets their needs.
Exactly. We were talking about food waste issues.
Mhm.
Do you want to kind of talk about that here?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's important.
It's very important. I mean, food waste is a major contributor to planetary impacts, so greenhouse gases, and the fact that we know so much food is being wasted because food is being made that doesn't actually meet students' needs.
Mhm.
So then when you have food waste, you're contributing to the impacts on the planet,
Right.
but you are not by not meeting students' needs, you're then kind of doubly contributing to the planet, if you will, because you're wasting food. Milk, for example, that's mandated to be served is being thrown out.
Exactly.
Food is getting thrown out.
Yes.
That's impacting the planet. And you're impacting the planet by not actually serving food, plant-based foods that kids want that is better for the planet. So
Exactly.
yeah, there's a huge opportunity in plant-based school food to align so many different interests, whether or not you care about the planet or you care about health or you care about like religious freedoms and choices.
Yes.
There's so many ways to really come together. It's not a partisan issue. It's not a political issue. It's just an issue about all humans having what they need.
How do you feel about all that happened on the Hill yesterday?
Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. I think first and foremost, just the fact that like we all are represented by policymakers, and every single one of us has the right, speaking of rights, to use our voices, to advocate to our policymakers, and policymakers don't know what we need unless we speak up and we say something about it. And so the fact that yesterday we took to the Hill and especially students themselves like spoke up about their needs, and policymakers and their staff, like they listen and they want to know what they can do better, but they don't know what they can do until we say something about it. And the receptivity, again, it's not a partisan issue. Like across the aisle, Republican, Democrat, like everyone can get behind and understand that no kid should go hungry, and everyone can get behind the fact that kids deserve to have what they need to fill their bellies to then succeed in the classroom. And going back to my point about how this is like a movement that cuts across all these other issues, like we were talking to a former teacher yesterday who was super supportive because she knows what happens when kids are hungry and don't have food that they can eat and the impacts that has in the classroom.
Right.
So
yes,
it's yesterday was incredibly beautiful. Just the passion of the members of Congress who introduced the bill yesterday, the student voices who spoke up and advocated for their needs, and then just the receptivity and welcoming. Food is love, food is culture, food brings us all together. And especially when everybody is fed something that meets their needs.
What's the call to action, Helen?
Oh, the call to action is to use your voice to specifically advocate to your elected officials to support the Plant Powered School Meals Pilot Act. So it's a bill that will enable just what we've been talking about, plant-based school meals to succeed in schools. And so you can go online and just type in who represents me and enter your zip code, and you'll get information on who your 2 senators and 1 representative are. And then you can specifically call them and say, I'd like to talk about plant-based school meals.
I love it. Thank you, Helen.
Yeah, thank
we
you.
want to get some of the students over here. Can we get some of the Nithya here? We're gonna get to hear what some of the youth have to say about this, because it is all about the youth. So Nithya is very active in the movement, and we're live. We're live. Don't be shy now. We're gonna start with you. Yeah, I'm gonna start with you, and then we'll start with, yeah, absolutely, one at a time. Tell us who you are, what you do.
Hi everyone, my name is Nithya Jaka and I'm a college student right now, but I was a participant in the youth program that the coalition has, so I got to experience advocating for healthy, climate-friendly, plant-based school food to my legislators, and that was a really great experience. And now I'm working on getting more students involved in the coalition and our mission, so I'm definitely looking forward to what this year will bring.
Okay. Anything else you want to say? A call to action, or what do you expect for 2026?
Yeah, absolutely. We would love to get more students engaged in high school and college. So if you're interested, please visit the coalition's website and there will be information about how to get engaged. And I would love to speak with you.
And what's the coalition's website?
It's plantpoweredschoolmeals.com.
Oh, thank you so much. Who we got next? Tell us about your story. Why are you here? Who are you?
Hi, I'm Nancy. Like Nithya, I'm a sophomore in college right now at Stanford, and I joined the coalition for really similar reasons. I noticed that there weren't enough plant-based options in my high school, and so I've been involved with the work here for like 4 years now, and so now I'm helping with Nithya and also another student, Livia, lead our student wing. So it's been a really great experience, and yeah, like Nithya said, we're just looking for more student engagement this year and hoping to work with anyone who's potentially interested. Super passionate about this.
How does it make you feel that this Plant Powered School Meals Coalition was formed? How does that make you feel as a student, as a youth, representing the other youth and their issues and needs and concerns?
I'm really grateful to be a part of this coalition. I think the work that we do is so special. I think this group is so amazing. It's been such a tight-knit community for me joining this coalition. And every day when I work with like students like Nithya, for example, I'm just so empowered to be in their presence, and I'm so grateful that there are other students that are working on these issues as well. And so definitely loving the experience so far, and super grateful to get to work with more people who are interested in coming into the coalition as well.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you. Chelsea, come on. We gotta get Chelsea in here. No, she went. Come on. Show us the food. What are you eating? Healthy, nutritious. I can't wait to eat. Show everybody the food.
It's like happy.
Who are you? And what do you do?
Well, I'm Chelsea.
You can help if you want to.
I'm Chelsea. I'm the program coordinator for the Plant Powered Youth Fellowship, which both Nancy and Nithya, who you just heard from, are fellows of or alumni of. We're here in DC lobbying for the Plant Powered School Meals Pilot Act. Yesterday, me and the California group, so Olivia, who's also from California, some folks with Friends of the Earth and Center for Biological Diversity, we had the chance to meet Senator Padilla and Schiff and talk about like the Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act and getting soy milk into schools. We were also able to ask them about the new dietary guidelines and what they're going to be doing to make sure science is centered in the dietary guidelines.
What's the call to action? What else do you want to say?
Oh, okay. So the Plant Powered Youth Fellowship is a fellowship that takes 14 students from across the country. And we go to DC, we meet with legislators, we meet with members of Congress, senators, we meet with the USDA and other federal agencies. Students also get the chance to launch campaigns in their schools. They also get to work on state level policy. So applications for this fellowship have just opened up. Our deadline is March 1st. You can go to plantpoweredschoolmeals.com to find some more information about eligibility, how to apply. Yeah, please share that information with your
And they
friends.
get a stipend, right?
They get a stipend. It is a paid opportunity for the summer portion of the program. It's $1,000, but after the summer, our high school students will continue for a full year. They'll get additional money for that full year.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
course,
Chelsea.
thank
Anybody else? Is Eloisa going to come? Nobody else? Is this it?
Do you want me to go ask Elisa?
Yeah. If you're coming in now, yes. You want to talk? Yes, we got some more coalitions coming in. We got to get them in. I'm giving up my lunch just to talk to the coalition. And I know it's so good. I can't wait.
So good.
Yes. Yeah. Tell us who you are.
Hi, I'm Jody Gruen.
Okay.
And I'm from Wholesome, Minnesota.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you with an organization?
Our lead organization is Compassionate Action for Animals, located in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And then I'm a program, which is called Wholesome Minnesota. And I work to get plant-based options in Minnesota schools. We actually have some legislation that's going to be heard this year in Minnesota. And then I'm also here working on lobbying here for this federal legislation.
What was your experience like yesterday? Because you the first time you actually sat in with your representatives.
Yeah, so I actually had the pleasure of meeting Representative Morrison before. I had actually done a cooking demo with her last year. She came and did a plant-based school meals cooking demo with me at an eco fair last year at Eden Prairie, Minnesota. So I just kind of stopped by her office along with other Amy Klobuchar, and then I went to Tina Smith's office, and I ended up meeting with her legislative assistant named Connor, and he was wonderful. And we just talked very specifically about how important school meals are. You know, generally, you know, we here in Minnesota, we have, and I shouldn't say here in Minnesota, we have universal meals, which means every child gets a free meal at school. So they get both breakfast and lunch at no cost, which is we are so lucky to have that.
Yes.
But not every student can access a meal because they have dietary needs that mean that they can't necessarily eat the food that's being served.
Right.
So Connor and I spoke briefly about the health benefits, the environmental benefits, and then just like really that inclusivity piece of things. I specifically gave him an example of, I have an exchange student this year who's vegetarian, and her very first day of school, I told her she would have no problem getting food at school because one, we have universal meals, and two, our school is very accommodating to vegetarians. Her first day of school, what she was offered was a turkey dog that was filled with cheese.
Oh,
Yeah, she had never even eaten turkey before in her life, and she had never seen a hot dog or sausage thing sort of filled with cheese before. So in that moment, you know, this is a person that's coming from a completely different country. It's her first day of school, and the lunchroom is one of the most like terrorizing places to be in a high school,
right.
especially on your first day.
Yes.
And like just having to sit alone, or, you know, it's just all those questions in your head. You'd think that, you know, just being able to get a meal that fits your needs, you know, that would have solved a lot of things, just even calm your nerves a bit. And instead, that was not her reality. So that's just one little example, just even from my own home. But there are students all over this nation that feel that way every single day when they go, you know, to grab a lunch at school.
I appreciate you coming and telling us, and that shows we're not listening to the youth. We're not answering their needs when we don't provide options for them based on their needs. I appreciate you for telling me that. What's your call to action? What do you want to tell everyone?
Well, we definitely need everyone to go talk to their reps and support plant-based school meals nationally. And if you are in the Midwest and you are in Minnesota, I would love for you to join us with Wholesome Minnesota and help us get plant-based meals for all of the Minnesota students that already are getting a meal. Why don't we offer them a plant-based one as well?
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sandra.
All right. Okay, we have Friends of the Earth again, another representative. We're at Friends of the Earth headquarters. Tell us who you are. What do you do?
Hi everyone. This is so cool. I love this. Yeah, so I'm Nora Stewart. I'm the senior program manager at Friends of the Earth. But I think we might have heard from, was it Chloe already? Okay. So Chloe does more on the policy side. I work in California. I'm located in Sacramento, and I work specifically on with nutrition service directors who are really on the ground at school districts on getting them to shift to more plant-based offerings. So I think we work with, it started with only like 5 or 10 districts in California that were really championing plant-based school options. And I think over the past 7 years, we've now grown to over 100 school districts.
You gotta get a hand clap for that.
It's pretty incredible.
10 times.
Yeah.
Like, I love it.
I think we're reaching over 1.5 million students, which is really incredible. And I think it just shows this growing interest and demand for more plant-based options for students at schools. And I hear from nutrition service directors all the time, and I think they want it kind of for different reasons. A lot of the districts are interested in plant-based options because of the cultural diversity
Right.
as well.
Yes.
There's students, who represent different cultures, religions, backgrounds. It's not always pizza, hot dogs, hamburgers. Their food can really represent like tradition. And so I think a lot of nutrition service directors, California, there's so much diversity in California. And so they really want to make sure that they're feeding their kids the meals that they often see at home, which are often plant-based. We think about like kosher, halal diets, many diets from all around the world are plant-based. So that's like one of the things that I think is really interested, like one of the things that nutrition service directors are really passionate about. And one of the things that I just kind of wanted to share with all of you is, as we think about school meals and we think about nutrition service directors, at the end of the day, I really admire the job of nutrition service directors who are feeding students every single day at school. And I think not a single nutrition service director wants their kids to go hungry.
Right.
Like, that is so important that we feed our students,
Right.
that students are well taken care of. And when they come to school, oftentimes many students, that is their only meal that they're eating, or only nutritious meal.
Right.
Because
Yes.
we know that there's a lot of hunger and food insecurity. And nutrition service directors, that's why they show up every day. And so at the end of the day, I think it's really about feeding kids more plant-based options and getting kids fed. And so one of the questions that I often get is how can I feed my students? And how can I cater to more students? And we know with a vegan diet, vegan students cannot eat a meat option.
Right.
But meat-eating students can eat a vegan option.
Right.
So it's a great way to incorporate
Exactly.
vegan meals, plant-based meals. It can incorporate all of your students and be much more accommodating to a lot of students as well.
Exactly.
And we see that. We see that when nutrition service directors put this out on the line, which is always really scary to put something new, because they're are the kids going to eat it? Are they going to dump it in the trash? Is there going to be, are my kids going to go hungry? And at the end of the day, they want to feed their kids.
Right.
And so, but we see it. We see when they actually put it out on the line. We had great DC public schools came out
yes.
yesterday.
I didn't get to try the food because I wanted to save it for the guests.
Yeah.
I heard it was amazing. I
Oh
had
my
the fresh
gosh.
apple. I had a nice fresh apple, organic apple.
Yeah, we had this amazing lo mein stir fry, and then a tofu stir fry, as well as a side of whole grain rice and broccoli. And it was just a very typical lunch that DC Public Schools serve their students. And it was, I'll be honest, I wasn't sure what I was going to get,
Right.
because it's school lunch. You're not sure. It was delicious. It was so good. And a lot of people really loved it. I think Representative Velasquez ate her whole plate.
Yes.
Everyone was really happy about it. And I think it just shows and they said that it's really popular with students. The kids love it. They eat it. And so I think just to dissolve the fear that the kids will go hungry if I put this out on the line, that we often see the opposite, where nutrition service directors, after they put it out, they say, oh my God, all the kids took it. Now what do? I now need to make more.
And that's what
Yeah.
we want. What's your call to action?
Yeah, so we want people to support the Plant-Powered School Meals Pilot Act. I think there is a place to text. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes. It's on the ticker, folks. So the ticker is there.
Yeah.
Just text future to 30373 or go to the website at plantpowerschoolmeals.com. And on that note, I think we're going to end it because I got to get lunch.
Yeah, that sounds great. It's great talking to all of you. We definitely want to support more plant-powered school meals. Let's get more plant-based meals out on the line. That we appreciate you supporting. Thanks.
Meeting you where you are. The meaning behind the slogan is that we meet the community where they are on their journey towards holistic health, a plant-based lifestyle, and veganism, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. We do this through people, food, events, and culture. Our 6 pillars are earth, eating, education, empowerment, enlightenment, and events. We are Black Veg Society.